Hello everyone and welcome back to F122, where today we'll be doing another full 100% distance race. But first, as always, have to start it off with one short qualifying. But we are going to be driving in the Ferrari as we are doing Monza this race. Maximum top speed setup and soft tyres for this run. Now for one short qualifying. Here we go, about to cross the line, and we cross the line now and starting our lap straight away. We're down into P8, which is unusual, but now we're all the way down to 14th before we even get to the first turn. First turn we go a wee bit too deep, and that's everything out the window there. Too deep in turn 1, and we're down into 19th, 20th. As I say, 19th as we go through the right-hander now onto the straight for the next chicane. We're down into 20th, which is not good. Skipping ahead a bit into the lap, we're up into 10th, which is good. Max Verstappen looking to get pole as we go through Parabolica. Now we're up into 7th as we exit Parabolica. It is 6th. Will it be anything else? No, I don't think so, and it will be 6th for the Grand Prix. As we look at the results, Red Bull do like really fast around Monza, so do Ferrari us, but the Mercedes are also hanging in there. But we'll have to see what everybody's pace is like on the actual race. But qualifying can be a whole different thing from race. You can be rapid in qualifying and then be so slow in the race. But we just have to find out in the race what everybody's pace is like as we go to the race now.
It's just about time to get today's Grand Prix underway. We have a number of drivers in contention, but of course only one can claim that coveted top step of the podium. We're 12 miles northeast of Milan for today's Grand Prix at a Monza circuit where we can expect top speeds of around 215 miles per hour. 11 corners on this 3.6-mile track, with 7 of those coming in the form of chicanes. And with a good slipstream and DRS open, there should be plenty of opportunity for some passing here today. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And a very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Perez, Russell, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Leclerc, Ocon, Gasly, Fernando Alonso, and Yuki Tsunoda, Magnussen, Joe, Mick Schumacher, and Bottas, Ricciardo, Norris, Lance Stroll, and Alex Albon, Vettel, and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And I'm delighted, as always, to introduce Anthony Davidson, who'll be taking you through all the action alongside me today. Why don't we kick off by discussing Max Verstappen?
Well, it was a really impressive lap in qualifying to get pole position, but are they going to be able to hold on to the lead into the first corner with so many quick starters around them? A couple of favourites for the win then, but who comes out on top doesn't really matter as long as they give us an entertaining show en route to the checkered flag. And we want to see fair fighting, of course, out there on the track. Let's hope the stewards don't have to get involved too much today.
Well, here we are lining up 6th on the grid for the actual race now. We're going to run the medium to hard compound tyre strategy, and it is going to be forecasted to be cloudy all race. The fuel does look good as we are about to get underway for the formation lap here around Monza. As the formation lap is about to start now, Max Verstappen pulls away from the grid and the formation lap is underway. It's an okay pull away for the formation lap, just trying to get as much temperature into the tyres as I can. But let's take a side note and talk about Hamilton and Mercedes for a wee bit. Mercedes do look pretty quick around Monza right now, but so do the Red Bulls, and the Red Bulls did qualify in the top 3, which is better for them than Mercedes getting stuck in 4th and 5th, and our teammates separating them both. Being the smooth operator he as the tyres are freezing, so I'm just going to weave about before the chicane. Skipping ahead to the grid formation slot, we're going to try and get a purple. We do get a purple line up as we go to the 5 red lights, just waiting for everybody to slot in to their places. Now that should be everybody slotted in, and it is now as we go to the 5 red lights. It's lights out and away we go. It's an okay getaway for me, but it's an even electric getaway for Pierre Gasly, Ocon and Alonso going all up my outside. Sorry. We go into turn 1, we're going to make a big dive bomb, maybe on 3 or 4 cars here. We go for the first chicane of the lap, trying to get a good exit. We can get past Pierre Gasly straight away. We're still in 8th. We go down 2 positions from where we started with Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly overtaking us straight away. Maybe go for the dive bomb into the second chicane. We do nearly contact with Pierre Gasly on the entry as he starts to turn in as we got the dive bomb done. We touch the gravel, Pierre Gasly slides by on our inside, and we're just going to try and stick with him through this bit. Maybe looking at the inside there, we're not going to make the move as we go down the long straight here, separated by a Ascari. Deploying ERS as much as I can, going up into 8th here, stopping deploying ERS, and we're going to look round the outside of Pierre Gasly into Ascari. He backs out, and we do make the overtake through Ascari. Now Esteban Ocon is next on our list. Skipping ahead to lap 2 now as we go to the second chicane of the lap. We're going to go from the inside to the outside. We're going to make it stick on the outside. He is going to fight us back though for the second part of the chicane. Down this B-mini straight is side by side the full way. We go down the inside of Esteban Ocon and get the move done. Now Max Verstappen in 5th next on our list as we go down this B straight, separated by Ascari again. Now up into 8th. Skipping ahead to the next lap, we didn't make an overtake at all through lap 2 as we're going to try and go down the inside, round the outside maybe, of Max Verstappen as he brake tested us. Oh, he slows down even after Perez has to slow down because Lewis Hamilton overtakes him. May have no front wing at all after careering into the pack of Max Verstappen after he fully slammed on the brakes there. We're not going to try the overtake, we're not going to try and wreck it all. But we're going to have to peel into the pits now, as that is a horrible, horrible way to start the Monza Grand Prix with Ferrari. Skipping ahead now to lap 20, a long ways away from where we pitted, but now trying to get past Nicholas Latifi in 18th, so we could at least say that we didn't finish last with Schumacher in last. Now we get down the inside of Nicholas Latifi. That was a great move. He just squeezed down the inside. The floor has taken a wee bit of damage, and is that the rear wing having some damage there? That is not good for our race, and that will affect our aerodynamics. Skipping ahead to lap 22 now. Alexander Albon in 17th in front. We're not going to go down the inside or around the outside. He locks up. We go down the inside, slipping past him through Ascari, and now down the straight with Pierre Gasly next. Skipping ahead to lap 24 now, 2 laps later. Now we've caught up to the back of the likes of Pierre Gasly and Lance Stroll. We are going to take our time and stop our prey. We're going to slip down the inside of Lance Stroll there, avoiding contact, and now trying to get past Pierre Gasly as that's Sebastian Vettel going into the pits, Lance Stroll's teammate this season, and going to be replaced by Fernando Alonso in 2023. Are we going to send it down the inside of Pierre Gasly? No, we're way too far back for that. Pierre Gasly getting on the car, but he spins his car. We avoid contact with his front wing, and he spins his car right round. And that is not good for his race, and it's even worse for our race as we had to avoid that and compromise our racing line through the first chicane. Skipping ahead to lap 26 now, as we are going to come into the pits and swap out our tyres for the remainder of the race. Coming into the pits now is a purple turn in, and it is going to be a 2.2 to 2.5. It's going to be a 2.4 pit stop for us as we exit the pits now. But as we're exiting the pits, we are going to be fighting the McLaren of Daniel Ricciardo. I think that is, as Lando Norris has just passed us, and it is going to be the likes of Daniel Ricciardo as we go down into turn 1. Hopefully this is not a 2021 repeat as we go down the inside of Daniel Ricciardo exiting the pit lane. Daniel Ricciardo's going to try and come up our inside as we just get a bad exit through that first chicane. A horrible exit as our tyres are freezing cold, and we get that bad of an exit that Sebastian Vettel out of nowhere just comes up my inside. Now we're going to dive bomb looking up the inside of Sebastian Vettel, get the move done, and it is a good one, but we touch the gravel and that could give Sebastian Vettel a good rundown, but no, we with the faster straight line speed and the faster car in general stay in front of Sebastian Vettel. Skipping ahead to the next lap now as we've caught up to the back of Daniel Ricciardo, going for Scary now, right up his gearbox on the exit of Scary. We're going to try round the outside or get alongside him to try and go up and round the outside through Parabolica as we're coming up to it now. We're going to go round the outside of him. He is going to fight us on the inside though, getting on the accelerator nice and early, and we do get in front of Daniel Ricciardo, but with ERS in that steam machine of a McLaren. But we get DRS and we're going to switch from the outside to the inside as we go down into turn 1, and it is going to be a nice slick overtake. But here comes Daniel Ricciardo, underestimating how much he wants this position. We go up into 12th, now a 3-second gap to Valtteri Bottas, and we're going to try and close it as fast as we can. Skipping over to lap 33, and we have caught up to him as we're going to try and go down the inside of him. We have no more ERS and we're going to try and go down the inside into turn 1. Cut across him just a wee bit to give him a nice wee squeeze. And we're up into 10th like that, past Valtteri Bottas on lap 33 of 53, and we have at least 20 more laps to go. Skipping ahead to lap 38 now as we've caught up to Valtteri Bottas' teammate Guan Yu Zhou as we're going through a Scary now, trying to catch up to him as much as we can on to the straight leading up to Parabolica, up into 8th here. We do get a good slipstream off of Guan Yu Zhou, trying what way are we going to go. We're going to go up is inside, and we're going to make the dive bomb into Parabolica, nearly making contact with his front wing, but we do get the move done on lap 38. We are up to 9th on lap 38 with Lando Norris in his McLaren way in front. Now a 2-second gap to Lando Norris as we're in 9th, but Guan Yu Zhou looks like he is going to try and fight us back as he's closed that gap that we drastically built through the straight somehow, and he's closing it bit by bit as we go for the right hander now, as he is closing in, and he's probably using all of his ERS that he can to try and get past us as we do power their car. Now through the left hander and through the right hander, getting a bit of the curve. I think there's a wee bit of floor damage after that. Guan Yu Zhou might attack us though on this wee straight. He backs out though, and now it is a 2.2 second gap to Lando Norris as we go down the back straight of 2, separated by Scary deploying just a wee bit of ERS to stay in front. Skipping over to lap 42 now as we have caught up to Lando Norris as we go for Scary, and now exiting the Scary with all of his gearbox like Daniel Ricciardo a couple laps ago, deploying ERS to go near enough the exact same moves as we're about to do on Lando Norris as we did on Daniel Ricciardo, and it's that similar, but it's not that similar as he has a twitch and we're forced off our track. We do make the overtake though, he is going to fight us back, and as we go down the straight we're going to do the exact same thing we did to Daniel Ricciardo as we're just going to dive down the inside of him as we do get DRS. We're going to give him a nice squeeze so he barely has any room going down into the turn, and he has to back out. Now up into 8th, and now a 9 second gap to 7th place of Lewis Hamilton. I do not think we will get 7th, but we will have to defend against Lando Norris as it is a heck of a fighter. Now going down this wee mini straight into the horseshoe-like couple of turns, Lando Norris is just going to try and stick with us though, as we're not really building a gap through the horseshoe, as now we're on to this straight up into 7th here. Lando Norris will get DRS and he's closing about half a tenth every second. Now going down this wee straight into a Scary, and now exiting Ascari onto the second straight and into Parabolica. But Lando Norris is going to try and stick with us though, as it's a 6/10 gap. He's deploying all the ERS in the world. We're not deploying any because I think we are safe through Parabolica. That's a wee bit of a wider line going down the main straight now. Will be too far back to make a move as we skip along to the final lap as Lando Norris pitted the lap after. But here comes Pierre Gasly trying to go right round our outside after he spun his car earlier on in the race. He is going to try and fight us for P8. This is not good as he lost out to P8 earlier on in the race. He's going to try and go down our inside. Now switching on to the outside. Are we safe? I don't know if we go down into the chicane. Now he is going to try and go off inside, but we do defend. He'll back out and we do get up into 8th, and we stick with 8th for this final bit of the lap, I think, as there's no denying us getting 8th place. As we go down the straight now, then onto the next straight after Ascari, as we're up into 8th here with Pierre Gasly behind. He is going to try and make the move down the inside. Maybe no, not quite down the inside, but we are just going to stick in 8th with Pierre Gasly behind. He might deploy ERS, I think he is, because he's coming after us at a rate of knots. Which way is he going to go? He's going to go try and go right round the outside of the final turn. Last lap drama as we go a bit wide. Pierre Gasly backs out, and that's Guan Yu Zhou trying to attack Pierre Gasly on the exit of the last turn, but Gasly sticks with 9th and we stick with 8th.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé. Red Bull pulling out all the stops today. What a great win. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today? Red Bull are our winners
to the
today
podium
after showcasing
celebrations
some
now. Max
incredible
Verstappen
driving.
wins
There's been a huge
the Monza
push from them
GP
lately to stay
with Sergio
competitive
Perez
with
in
the other
second and
teams,
Carlos
and they're
Sainz
certainly
in
proving
third.
themselves.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and comment what I should do next for a race. But this is Jay from the JS9 Racing channel, signing off.